I saw this on Twitter the other day, and it just sums up the attitude the current crop of MPs have towards getting to the truth about MPs sexually abusing children. That sounds so alien, doesn't it? MPs sexually abusing young boys. We should never have to say that sentence, ever. Anyway, it was this. 600 elected MPs and only 11 have bothered to turn up for today's child abuse inquiry debate in the House of Commons. MPs just do not care that MPs have been sexually abusing children. They'd rather make speeches and insert words like cock to impress their chums than they would to save the children from the fat, sweaty, smelly, mainly Tory old men. Utterly, utterly disgusting. We've also had this article. VIP paedophile ring. Abused teenage boy inside Buckingham Palace and Balmoral Castle. A teenage boy working at Buckingham Palace revealed he was groomed and sexually abused by a VIP paedophile ring there. The lad was also assaulted at the royal family's Scottish retreat, Balmoral, according to shocking Home Office files, reports the Sunday People. In a heartbreaking note, the boy, then just 16, told how he was the victim of exploitation of the highest order. The chilling claims could now be the subject of a police investigation into historic allegations of child sex abuse in the 70s and 80s linked to MPs and powerful figures. The disturbing account was passed directly to the then Home Secretary Leon Britton, but he ruled it was not practical to investigate. Unfucking believable. So finally, we have an accusation involving the royals. Well, sort of. I wonder if this line of inquiry will be closed down, like so many other lines of inquiry about MPs and senior figures sexually abusing children have been when people are getting too close to the truth. Police vent fury over cancelled inquiries into VIP child abuse. Officers claim covert investigations were shut down as they closed in on establishment figures. A series of covert police investigations into alleged VIP paedophile rings were shut down as they went to the heart of the establishment. Officers have claimed. Serving and former detectives have vented their fury on an internet chat forum, claiming Scotland Yard investigations into child sex abuse were canned during the 80s and 90s as they closed in on powerful figures, some of whom were said to be cabinet level. It comes as a senior MP said he was aware of 6 police probes into child sex abuse being shelved, 5 of which were run by Scotland Yard. The extraordinary claims of a cover-up by 14 members of the forum will heap pressure on the government and Scotland Yard, which have launched a string of probes into historic child abuse allegations linked to politicians. One ex-officer of 30 years service wrote, "Some very senior people have been habitually sexually assaulting the most vulnerable in society." And we've also had this article recently. Kidnapped boy may have been abused and murdered by VIP paedophile ring, say police. The family of a missing boy have been told by police that he may have been abducted and abused and murdered by a paedophile ring of leading establishment figures. Martin Allen, the son of the chauffeur of an Australian High Commissioner, went missing aged 15 from King's Cross on his way home in Kensington in November 1979. His brother Kevin, 51, has said he was called by Detective Chief Inspector Diane Tudway of the Metropolitan Police on Friday, who told him she was investigating whether Martin's disappearance is linked to an alleged ring made up of MPs and senior figures of authority. So you can see why the government is stalling the inquiry into so-called historic child sex abuse by MPs, can't you? In case you missed it, I'll tell you. Because anyone who isn't 100% controllable by the establishment, if they start poking their noses about with the available evidence, it looks like they will pretty soon arrive at the conclusion that there has been a fucking humongous cover-up taking place, and it leads right to the heart of the establishment and right to the heart of the royal fucking family. This has made this article quite interesting. New blow for May's sex abuse probe as Diane Inquest QC agrees to lead rival investigation because of government's serious shortcomings. Theresa May's troubled child abuse inquiry suffered a fresh setback last night as it emerged that a rival investigation is to be held by a top human rights lawyer, Michael Manfield, QC, who represented Mohammed Al-Fayed at the inquests into the deaths of Princess Diana and Al-Fayed's son Dodi, has been appointed as a judge of a new People's Tribunal on historic abuse claims. Maybe I'm being a little optimistic, but maybe this rival inquiry will, hopefully, help push the government inquiry along a little bit, because things really should get moving. It's been at least 6 months and they've done fuck all so far. And when it finds that people have been covering up the fact that our apparent and so-called political elite have been sexually abusing children for years, it should result in the death penalty for these fuckers. You can tell by this article that the establishment are unnerved by this inquiry and the information that has so far come to light. Sir Edward Garnier tried to stop Labour MP challenging Lord Britain over child abuse claims. One of David Cameron's former top legal advisers tried to stop a Labour MP challenging Lord Britain of Spennythorne over child abuse allegations in the Houses of Parliament, it has been claimed. Simon Danchuk said Sir Edward Garnier, who was made Solicitor General by the Prime Minister in May 2010, tackled him on the evening before he was due to give evidence to the Home Office Select Committee in the summer. Now, ask yourself, why would Sir Edward Garnier try and stop Simon Danchuk giving evidence to the Home Affairs Select Committee about a dossier that was handed to Leon Britton containing names of paedophiles within the Houses of Parliament? The only logical conclusion one can draw is that it was to protect Lord Britain and the people named in the dossier for being outed as paedophiles. The police should have grabbed Garnier and demanded to know what he knows and demanded to know who he's protecting. Isn't it ironic that everywhere we look on television, magazines, almost everywhere, people talk about saving the children. We're asked to help save the children from poverty. We're asked to help save the children from physical abuse. We're asked to help save children from bullying, from cyberbullying. We're asked to help save children from Ebola, to help save children from this, and to help save children from that. And rightly so. But let's not bother saving the children when they've been raped by MPs, senior police, judges, and future kings. No, don't save the children then. Just demonise them and ignore them. I wonder how close we're getting. We need to keep the pressure up, people. I really wonder who isn't sleeping very well at the moment.